We're coming to you live from Hartford, Connecticut. It's Dillon Stadium, the site of this week's matchup between Hartford Athletic and New York Red Bulls 2, presented by New England Airfoil Products. Alongside a man with over 100 appearances in the top two tiers of English football, he is Lloyd Sam. I'm Spencer Siegel. Lloyd, as we look at our Atlantic Division standings presented by Jim Beam and Hornitos, you see that both teams have something to play for in what is a jumbled division right now.
Yeah, that's right. Look at Hartford Athletic. Only 8 games played, so they really want to get this 3 points and move a bit deeper into those playoff positions. And then when you look at Red Bulls 2, that 3 points looks even more important just to get back into the mix of things with those teams in the middle to make a push later on in the season.
There is a response for Red Bulls 2 necessary tonight. The last time these two teams met, it finished 7-0 to Hartford on this ground. Omar Sow will have something to say about it, but he'll have to step up in the absence of Jake LaCava, left out of the 11.
Yeah, you know, a lot of the young players, they're really coming into their own right now. Omar Sow is one of them. 2 goals on the season, but a big game on Wednesday against Charlotte. Came up with a big goal to make it 2-2. I expect him to continue in that vein.
On the other side, you've got a Hartford team highly motivated, and one of their catalysts up front is Sebastian Elney, the former Red Bull 2.
Former Red Bull 2, that gives him some motivation already. You know, we spoke to Harry Watling this week, and he was really impressed with Sebastian Elney. He came off the bench and really added something to the team. So with Obregon Jr. out of the game, he should look to really carry that attack.
Elney, one of many players who scored in that 7-0 victory for Hartford. And so we take you to kickoff on the other side. That coming your way, Hartford, New York Red Bulls 2, right here when we come back. As we get you ready for kickoff, these two teams meeting for the 3rd time this season. Hartford have now won 6 games in a row against Red Bulls 2. After Red Bulls took the first 2 games against Hartford in their inaugural season, Hartford's back in 2019. So let's take a look at our lineups for this one. We'll start with the visiting side, and Lloyd, we wrote down 4-4-2, but with the changes coming in, Pendant left back, Acosta on the right side, Raffanello is back in the lineup. You've got Cameron Harper in there. There's a lot to shuffle through.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. First of all, I was surprised not to see Jake LaCava in the team after his performance on Wednesday against Charlotte. But, you know, Cameron Harper comes in and he's more than capable as well on that left side. He's got some good tricky feet. Really like number 75, Daniel Edelman. He's really playing like a senior pro in there.
All right, meanwhile, Hartford came out with 5 at the back, or really more of a 3-5-2 sort of deal last time. But this time around, you have a feeling that with Preston Tabordataka in the starting lineup, somebody needs to pick up the slack for Obregon, who's now leaving.
Yeah, that's correct. Preston Tabordataka and Sebastian Elney up there. If they can bring that same energy that Obregon brings, they're already looking good. Danny Barrera, we don't know if he'll start on the left or the right, but he'll float around and make things happen. Yeah,
Danny Barrera has 5 assists this season. That is second in the USL. And 4 goals, tied with Tabordataka for the team lead. There are a lot of goals to be had on this Hartford team, and that is in part because of the last time these two teams met, when it finished 7-0 to the home side. Hartford is back at home in their green and blue, and Red Bulls 2 play the second of 2 games on the road this week. We are ready to go. On a sunny Saturday at Dillon Stadium, Hartford will look to get out on the front foot early. That's what Harry Watling told us, and both coaches provided a similar message when we asked them about that 7-0 game. They said that's just extra motivation for Red Bulls 2, and it's motivation for Hartford to stay on their toes early.
Yeah, I don't think Hartford will be fooled. You don't beat a team 7-0 and then line up against them and expect to win 7-0 again, especially if you understand football. This Red Bulls 2 team, we have to be honest, we're embarrassed with that 7-0 loss, so they have to come out. You got to think that, you know, that's really going to drive them forward, that motivation.
Surging forward, this is Cameron Harper, just brought into the lineup. Good start on the front foot for Red Bulls, who are led by John Wolniak, who is now in his 7th season at the helm. Over the top it goes. Tulu is in a battle with So. Ultimately it drops into the thankful arms of Jeff Caldwell.
That was a bit of a half a chance there. So was trying to locate that ball. Couldn't quite locate it, but he had a little second where he could have got a shot off, I believe.
Get a look at Harry Watling. In his first season, boy, has he been a bright spot for the USL Championship in general, and it shows how much he loves this league as he's come into it in his first year. Just exudes confidence.
Yeah, he's a player that, you know, we've talked about the man management. He loves that side of the game.
The real player's coach, right?
Yeah, anytime you can say a few words to a player.
Look out, given away to So. Down the left side it goes, and it's deflected out for a throw.
Anytime you can say a few words to a player and lift their performance, that's what you're really looking for with man management. Can you say the right things? Can you figure out their motivation? And every player is different, so it's not the same for every player.
Harper kept it alive momentarily. Tabordataka chasing after it, tussling with Zielinski. Acosta. And all the way back, recycled to AJ Marcucci. 21-year-old whose first pro win came about 2 months ago. Good start this from Red Bulls 2, and here's So. He's in behind. Omar Sow is denied by Caldwell, but he follows it up, and Red Bulls 2 take the lead. No more than 4 minutes in.
Omar Sow. This is why I really wanted to highlight him. You know, I was just saying in the open, he's just getting into his own now. These young men are finally getting into their own, learning their lessons from earlier on in the season. 2 goals on the season, but I fancied him today. Gets him behind, he doesn't stop there, he follows this up. I love the way he's approached the game. He nearly had a chance earlier on and he's got his rewards. 1-0. Look at him celebrate there. It means a lot to them boys every time I see them score.
That is exactly how you flip the script on the heels of the last meeting between these two sides. So scores his 2nd goal this week after scoring in Red Bull's 3-2 win at Charlotte, ruining their unveiling of American Legion Memorial Stadium.
Timed his run very well on that as well. To stay on side, the timing was right. And the through ball was a good ball. He does well once he gets in. You know, running with the ball is hard. If someone's trying to catch you up without it, they normally catch up. And he done well to keep that pace, to get there, get the shot off, and then get up for the rebound.
So this is an early test for Hartford, and it allows us now, and this might end up being something that we can look back at later. Now that it's 1-0, let's see if these change. Let's look at our keys to the game. Brought to you by Hoffman Auto Group. And Lloyd, the natural motivation has already kicked in.
It's already kicked in, and I expected it from the start. You know they're going to come at you. And, you know, on the other side, Hartford, high mentality. As I said, you beat a team 7-0, they're coming for you. You have to have that high mentality and rise up and meet that mentality head first. And they're 1-0 down, so maybe I should have, you know, spoke to them about the keys of the game from the off. But, you know, there's nothing like a 1-0, a goal early to wake you up and get you going.
Well, Hartford now find themselves in a position where they'll need to work their way back into this game. They haven't had much of the ball to work with in the first 6 minutes. Hartford Athletic would also like to extend a special thank you to our presenting partner of tonight's match, New England Airfoil Products. So trying to sneak in his teammate that time.
It's good tracking back from Budati there. He recognized the danger. So that was the right ball.
Forward for Tabor Taka, who goes down as Hartford wins the throw. This is an unlikely spot for Tabor Taka, who's really been thrust into the starting lineup, Sam or Lloyd, because, you know, all 5 of his goals, or I should say all 4 of his goals this season have come as a substitute.
Yeah, but you don't want to be stuck on the bench forever. If you score goals as a substitute, you want to finally get your chance to start. So for him, what he'll want to do is get a goal from the start and then keep that shirt. And then maybe he can have a little run in the side.
Rogers turns it over, but wins it back fairly. Fans, you can download the official Hartford Athletic mobile app presented by J Restaurant, available for Apple and Android phones. The one-stop shop for all things Hartford Athletic and the easiest way to manage your tickets. Here's another run from Red Bulls 2. Harper sends it wide. Cleared away by Tulu. Red Bulls 2, though, coming with the pressure, and Caldwell is forced into a lunging save.
Great save there. Do not want to go 2-0 down this early. What a great strike, the way he hits it there. It's that Matty Acosta, I believe.
Looked like Acosta to me.
Great strike.
Now Red Bulls 2 have won a corner. A Bank of America corner kick. Fluttered towards the back post. Reminder, fans, don't miss Hartford's upcoming home matches right here at Dillon Stadium, July 20th and 24th at 7 p.m. Go to hartfordathletic.com for tickets and more info. Watling said, I know how Red Bulls 2 will approach this game, so it really comes down to our approach. And for us, it's about getting the fundamentals right. He thought that 7-0 victory, they didn't play that well in the first 30 minutes, and they hadn't built up their lead at that point yet. It was still a game in the first half, or at least until stoppage time.
I remember that game very well. And he's talking early on, Red Bulls 2 had a lot of the play. They hit the bar twice early in that game. So that could have been a very different game if one of those fly in and then Hartford really caught fire.
Another surge forward from Red Bulls 2. Shots on and deflected away. Taka has gone down and stayed down.
It's not what you want to see. Tabor Taka down. With Obregon Jr. out, you don't want to be missing too many of your attacking players.
Yeah, Obregon just joined Honduras for the Olympics. 23-year-old Bradford Jamieson pulled his hamstring against Charlotte, and he will miss a couple of weeks. Welmer Martinez is out in Gold Cup duty with El Salvador. So the options are rather thin at the top at this point in the season for Hartford. Extend a special thank you to all of our Business Alliance members. Tonight's Business Alliance members of the match are Cone Birnbaum and Shea PC and Hinkley Allen. Been a rather measured start so far for Red Bulls 2, who are trying to beat Hartford for the first time in 7 tries.
It's a great start for Red Bulls 2. They would have come in, they would have wanted a fast start. You know, revenge game has been said by, I would imagine, multiple of their players. So to get that early goal, you know, that relaxes you a little bit. I mean, that relaxes you a lot, actually. You know, going on the road, you get an early goal, you can settle down a little bit. The other team then has to come out, and you may find more spaces.
18-year-old Daniel Edelman sends this in. It's beyond everybody's reach. But it remains New York's ball.
Spencer, what about the analogy John Wollanek gave us about the little brother that's grown a couple inches, talking about his team?
Those were his words. He says, we have the potential to get much better, and other teams are what they are, but we've seen young guys improve several times in our history.
They're improving all right. You know, when you grow a couple inches, it kind of sneaks up on the other teams, especially in this division. You might take them lightly, but there's a lot of talent out there in this Red Bulls 2 team.
Another run by Harper. Drops it in for So, who leaves it back. Do you have any siblings?
I do have one, Andrew Sam, older brother of mine.
And so what was it like being that little brother in your experience?
You know, funny you say that, because when I did grow a couple inches and I was catching up to him, you know, they beat down on you a little bit. And then there's a little switch one day when you're like, oh, I can hold my own. And I think it sends a message to him and to yourself. A little bit like probably what this team is going through. How about you, Spence?
It's hard for me to relate. My sister is 9 years younger than me, and she just started getting in the weight room, and it's starting to worry me a little bit. Hartford Athletic would like to extend a special thank you to Trinity Health of New England. Tonight we take a moment to recognize some of the incredible healthcare heroes in our community who have worked tirelessly and selflessly during the COVID-19 pandemic. So, in space, Omar So again. Caldwell denies him this time. Then he goes down and wins the free kick. Omar So is everywhere so far tonight.
Omar So is up for this game. After he gets the ball, just look at the drive in him. You know, a little hesitation, fake to shoot, sorry. Pushes it again. It's a good look for him. Got one goal already. He's unlucky not to have two. Unlucky not to have three, possibly.
Born in the Gambia. Calls Harrison, New Jersey, his hometown. No Red Bulls 2 players scored more goals than he did last year, had 7 of them, including a hat trick in their 6-0 win over Union 2. So they know what it's like to be on the right side of a lopsided score.
And I really feel like he's playing catch up. You know, only 1 goal before the last game, but now 2 and 2. He's catching some form.
Edelman's left foot, Harper's right. That far corner is begging for Edelman to hit. Caldwell giving him plenty of space. To the top of the box it goes. Well worked. It takes a deflection, and Red Bulls 2 get another. This time it's Matty Acosta. Revenge is being served at Dillon Stadium.
What's the quote they say about revenge?
It's a dish best served cold.
That's the one. That's the one. You know, Matty Acosta's already had a good shot earlier in this game. He's just hanging at the edge of that box and he comes onto it, puts it into the bodies. Anything can happen at that point. Red Bulls 2, look at them, look at how they react to that. You can just see, look at the body language. This means a lot. I'm saying this every goal, but every time I look at it, it strikes me. You know, I said there's nothing like going 1-0 down to wake you up.
The 18-year-old Acosta, who does not have a goal this season, has played in now 8 of Red Bulls 2's 13 games. A set piece designed specifically for him. Got the ball right at the top of the box, and he knew exactly what to do with it. Got some fortunate deflections along the way. And now the onus is really on Hartford to try and answer, especially before the halftime whistle.
Spencer, let me tell you a little something I've learned about mentality. When there's a natural motivation, there's nothing that can compare to it. You know, it's natural. You lose 7-0, it's natural. You're angry. You want to get back on that field as soon as possible. We said Hartford have to have high mentality. They may have come into the game with what they thought was a high mentality, but you can't fake the funk sometimes. Red Bulls is naturally higher, but there's a lot to go in this game.
Sebastian Elney was awarded what looks like a free kick there, and Elney, oh no, it looks like it will go the other way. I beg your pardon. It looked for a moment, based on the reaction, as if we were set up for a free kick, but no, that is Elney's foul. Fans, you can sign up for youth soccer camps and clinics throughout the summer right here at Dillon Stadium. Trained with our professional coaching staff, and a ticket is included in every registration. Go to hartfordathletic.com/clinics for more information.
So how does Hartford get back into this game? You know, the number 10, Danny Barrera, not really called his name at all so far. He's who you want to try and get on the ball, let him get into areas where he can create something.
A slip that time from Raffanello. Tonight's virtual walkout, kids, presented by the Hartford, is Southing Soccer Club. Be sure to check out our group experiences page to participate as a virtual walkout team in 2021. So, wanted a free kick.
Looked like a foul from here. You know, when he's applying himself like how he is, I think he deserves that foul there. And there's John letting the referee know.
Thomas Jinjigian. Hartford just cannot work it into their offensive third. Hartford Athletic would like to thank Nuovo Pasta, Connect-A-Care, Stop and Shop, and Citizens Bank for supporting our Goals for Meals program. For every Hartford Athletic goal scored this year, these partners will donate meals to Food Share Connecticut. When Harry Watling got to Hartford, he said, "My style is to get people front-facing, on the ball, quick tempo. Ultimately, we want the attack to mirror the fan base." And right now, it's Red Bulls 2 doing all of that. And nearly getting a third. This time, it's Harper who's denied by Caldwell.
Good work breaking it down in the midfield. Omar Sol setting up Cameron Harper. Good little feet to come onto that left foot. Solid save.
Raffanello plays it in. Now So. Flicked on for Taborda-Taka. He's the type of player, if he can get one touch and a little bit of space, you've got to look out. Here comes Preston Taborda-Taka with Elney in the middle. Taborda-Taka's shot is blocked. Budati has loads of space, and three bodies to aim at. Towards the back post it goes! It hits the bar and stays in play. Elney will take the corner.
That's better from Hartford. Get some balls in the box just like that. They got their team forward. Great little ball. Stabbed up for it to be attacked, and that's unlucky off the bar.
Looked like one wing back to the other, Budati to Schlentz.
Got to see more of that. They were dangerous from corners in the last game they played.
Barrera's corner. It's a good one. Out comes the yellow card for Harper. will be the first player booked tonight by referee Kyle Johnston.
Can't complain with that decision. He's one of the players that played the first time around. He looks up for it as well. Came down from the first team, got beat 7-0, and he's back again for the same game.
Rogers floats it wide. Here is Schlentz. McGlynn, who scored a fabulous goal right from about that spot, more or less. It's a midfield strike. Dangerous at the back, nearly given away. Budati wanted the foul. Play on, says the referee. McGlynn scored that goal from midfield against Red Bulls 2, and I asked Harry Watling which goal was better, McGlynn's goal or Patrick Schick's for the Czech Republic against Scotland in the Euros. And like any good head coach would say, it's like asking Conor McGregor what's going to happen tonight.
What's going to happen?
Of course he's going to say, I'm going to knock him out, right?
You got to back your family, right? And that's how they look at that. You know, that's his players. It's always going to be his players.
Let's take a look at that goal. This was McGlynn. Head up. Take a look down the pitch. Keeper's off of his line, and really, it's almost a carbon copy.
There. I love that for you there. Look at the keeper, AJ Marcucci. He should be up for this game as well. He picked the ball out of his net a few times last time. He'll love to get a clean sheet tonight.
That's like, I mean, especially, you know, when you see the keeper tangled in his net like a fish, it's just, it's never great. Now, this isn't a great sign for Hartford.
I think that's Eoni there. We've seen the player go down already to Bortataka before. Now Eoni's down. You hope it's not a muscle problem.
Hartford Athletic would like to thank our founding partner, Travelers. Thanks to Travelers, presenting partner of our Community Champion program, children from underserved communities throughout Greater Hartford are able to come to the matches free of charge. Two goals in the first 20 minutes. A giveaway here, Elney tries to get back onto it, and eventually it goes off of him.
All-time tackle by Tombo there. Important tackle as well as in the box. He had to get to the ball. He actually wins a throw for his side. Don't want to encourage too much over on this side. Just nearly got robbed in their own third.
Schlentz out-battles Acosta.
And you could see a couple players, you know, having a goal saying, get that up the field. Don't want to give too much encouragement.
Outside of that Barrera corner, this is the first real set-piece opportunity from a dangerous spot. Rogers will be the catalyst. Rogers boomerangs it in. Punched away by AJ Marcucci, who hasn't been called into action much. And again, Red Bulls 2 unable to transition defense to offense. Budati wiggles around a pair of defenders. Goes Marcucci now, and he appears to be holding on.
Yeah, he was quite brave when he came and punched that ball away. There was a lot of bodies in there, but he looked like he was getting that ball no matter what. And he took a hit for it.
This is a bit of a state homecoming for Marcucci, who played at Connecticut College for 4 years. I know you're very familiar, Lloyd, with all of the nicknames of all of the colleges. So Connecticut College, they are, of course, the
Huskies.
Oh, man, that's really good. That's the University of Connecticut. So I'm going to give you half credit for that.
For real,
They're
you're
actually,
not even going to give me that.
Well, I can't because it's a
No, I
different
know
college.
what it is. Is it Camel something?
They're the Camels.
They're the Camels.
Yeah.
Listen, I know a little something, you know.
Oh, look at you, man.
I know a little something.
Where did you pull that one from?
The research from the last game we did for this fixture, actually. I saw it somewhere. Hey, you better tell all of our co-workers I know a little something.
I wasn't expecting that.
I think I surprised myself there.
They're in New London. Taborda Ataka chasing this one.
New London is about. So sorry, who went to that college?
That's Marcucci.
Okay, Marcucci
Red
went to
Bull
that college.
keeper.
Okay. Marcucci's one of those, you can see his talent, but from game to game, it's been a bit up and down for him. He's one of them now, you want to start to see him learn the lessons from earlier in the season and become a bit more consistent in that goal, because you hear about his personality from John Wallenek about how he is around the building, big personality guy. And he's got some ability, so just needs to get that consistency going. As I said, he would love a clean sheet today.
Clean sheet would be a welcome sight. Red Bulls 2 are the only team in the league without one.
What a ball.
Through ball for Raffanello, who floats it back in before it's repelled for a throw.
They're the only team in the league without a clean sheet.
All 30 teams, all other 30 teams have one. Walgreens is a proud supporter of Hartford Athletic. Our featured hashtag changemaker for the month of July is Sonsere Cicero of Walgreens. Nominates someone making a change in your community, and she can be recognized as a change maker of the month. Go to hartfordathletic.com/COTM to learn more. Elney going up high and coming down hard again. 2-0 scoreline would be more than welcome into the halftime locker room for Red Bulls 2.
Yeah, there's a lot of time till then. A lot can happen in these 15 minutes. A lot of goals are scored actually in this period till halftime. So depending where that goal goes, if it goes to Red Bulls 2, it's going to be very difficult to come back. You'd love to get a goal before halftime. Good little play there.
Acosta, the second of the 2 Red Bull goal scorers. Raffanello can't get to it.
Yeah, Raffanello, that's another one of those guys that's really stepped up his game in recent weeks. Great right foot he has. You don't want to let him get onto that right foot and get a shot on goal.
Harper keeps going. Harper's cross looked like Caldwell. Jeremy Raffanello was one of a handful of players to make his debut for the club against Hartford. His came back on opening night, tail end of April. Seen a lot of that from Hartford in the first half, leaping to try and win those aerial duels and coming up empty.
You know, Hartford, they haven't really got into any rhythm, have they? So far this game, sometimes it takes a moment in the game and then you get the crowd into it and they're screaming and then it just clicks. But they haven't really got settled and got into their game plan. You know, you got to impose your will. They haven't imposed their will so far.
J Restaurant is proud to support Hartford Athletic. Visit J Restaurant located at 297 Washington Street in Hartford for their special Hartford Athletic Booze Nanza drink as Caldwell is forced into a save. Show your game day ticket and receive 10% off your entire order. This time, Elney gets to it.
Good play.
So drops it off. Here come Red Bulls 2 again, and that's a sinister tackle from Lara, and I'm surprised that Johnston has not gone to his pocket for this one, and I think the Red Bulls 2 players are arguing the same.
It's got to be a card there for me, you know. He's nipped past his player, and it's going to be very dangerous after that. They likely have a chance on goal, because look, there's a runner, Austin Brummett. You see him there just on the left of your screen. Would likely get played through, so I'm not sure why the ref didn't give a card there.
That's a yellow card 7 ways from Saturday. My goodness.
7 ways from Saturday.
Raffanello will go for it, and Caldwell is thankful. All it did was skip into his arms. AARP Connecticut is proud to support Hartford Athletic and welcomes fans to visit aarp.org/CT events to learn more about upcoming virtual events. Our events are fun, informational, and free to people of all ages. That's aarp.org/CT events. Went down rather dramatically, and strangely enough, it looks like this time the yellow card will come out, and I think it's for Barrera, who is the unlikely benefactor of the previous no call.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. You know, there was.
He's saying, "What about my one time, referee?"
If you think first tackle is not normally a yellow card, but I think it's that one and the one before. That's the man they need to get on the ball. He needs to get things going for this team. Brings a lot of leadership.
So these two guys who have been on the ball in all sorts of positions similar to this one, they have yet to turn one like this into a goal. Edelman hurls it in. Lara heads it clear. Poor clearance that time, given right back to Raffanello. He chips one in, so deflects it just wide out for a goal kick. Hartford Athletic would like to extend a special thanks to our partners at Jim Beam Bourbon and Juanitos Plata Tequila. Here comes Hartford. Tabordataka has options. Udadi's at the top of the box. Elney inside the 6. Dropped back for McGlynn. And before Hartford could blink, the chance is gone.
Yeah, Hartford were in a promising position there. You've got your team camped in. That's where you want to be. You want to settle in there third for a little bit. And they've just turned the ball over again. So in that final third, you really want to take care of that ball.
Here they come again. Too much for Raffanello to chase, although it falls to him now. Great 1-2 action by Red Bulls 2.
Really popping the ball around now. Commentators curse. But they were really pop. Oh, they've got it back.
It's confident play, that's for sure. Red Bulls 2 will see their first yellow. It's Kyle Ziyech. Westport, Connecticut native. So, the way Hartford have looked in this first half, you would think that there's a fiery speech coming at halftime.
You would think so.
Because he said in the call this week when we spoke with him that the same sort of fiery speech came about in the Loudoun game, which was 0-0 at halftime. Of course, Hartford would go on to win that last Sunday 2-0.
You can imagine there could be a fiery speech. I mean, the outcome you want is to get your team playing well. So it's not always a fiery speech. Sometimes it's, you know, you surprise them and you hit them with some, you know, words of wisdom rather than screaming. It could be both. It could be screaming with words of wisdom, but you know, you want to get that formula right of how you're going to get them going. That's the outcome you want to look for. And they haven't really got going yet, have they, Spence?
Not a single shot on target for Hartford so far, compared to 9 shots on frame for Red Bulls 2.
There's that motivation we talked about. It's right there in the stats. Sometimes you play a match of football, by the time you realize you're in the game, you know, if Red Bulls get the next goal, it's essentially over, you know. But this next goal is important. If Hartford get it, they're right back into it. But it's not just going to fly in, right? You got to do the right things. You need someone to come up with a little bit of magic.
Schlentz down the left-hand side. A lot of gray jerseys defending, and they get it clear. Pushed along for Boudadi. Here's Yunus Boudadi. The byline he goes, tiptoes it in play. Boudadi's cross cleared out at the last second. Looks like Acosta got in there. Danger not done yet.
That was some great play from Boudadi. Just ran around the defender that was guarding him at the time. He did so well here to stay in play. How has he managed to do that? Great stuff. Said a little bit of magic, and he's... Oh, you want to see someone just flying across that 6-yard box, don't you? Better from Hartford again.
Schlentz was there, but it appears he's either hurt himself or this is a tactical change before halftime. We'll see the debut of Derek Dotson, who was just acquired this week by Hartford on loan from Orlando, the 8th overall pick in this year's MLS draft. He is our first 4G recycling substitution of the game. Interesting time for this sub. It doesn't look like Schlentz is the worse for wear.
Interesting time. I imagine they've probably changed the tactics. You know you need at least 2 goals to get back into it. Why wait? You know, he's looking to make that attacking substitution now to get something going. As we said, you want a spark. Sometimes it can be a sub. Comes on, gives everybody a lift.
Well, we said, Lloyd, with Obregon, Jamison, and Walmer Martinez all out of action right now, this team is limited in their attacking options. But Dodson, signed this week, could provide that spark that they need.
And Obregon is someone that definitely gives them a spark. Every time I see him play, he's got a bit of a fierce nature about him. Just puts himself about, he's strong. Seems mentally strong as well. He just doesn't give up. And that's what they're missing up top. I think he got 2 goals in this reverse fixture and came off around the 50th minute, maybe, if my memory is correct.
Hartford is proud to partner with CLA, creating opportunities through your organization's entire life cycle by providing a seamless suite of services in wealth management, advisory, outsourcing, audit, tax, and consulting. Learn more at cla.connect.com. Over the top, looking for Elney. Just a frustrating half. Harry Watling.
I like the urgency from Hartford, though. That's what it needs to be. The ball goes out of play, you rush it back in. You don't wait till the last 10 minutes. I like that sub in the first half. It sends a message to everybody. You know, now's the time we push for the goal. We don't wait till late in the game and pile everybody forward.
Well, it's a rule change for the COVID times from last season into this season that everybody is familiar with at this point. You get 5 substitutions, but you only have 3 windows to do so, not including halftime. So Watling could very well use a second sub at the half without sacrificing one of his windows. Here's Tabordataka. His cross towards the back post, just outside of the reach. That's rather McGlynn, it looked like, on the outside.
How many minutes?
3 is the answer, and that's brought to you by Brignold Vineyards.
They've kind of lost the momentum there. They've got into that box.
Budati with a teasing ball in, punched away by Marcucci.
Good little bit of play, though. A little back heel to get your guy in.
This is Dodson, who was pulling for it to be a corner kick, but the ball never went out of play. Flicked forward for Raffanello, who is dispossessed by McGlynn. Dodson trying to make his mark in his team debut. Slips it in for Elney. Elney just couldn't get to it. It's a goal kick. Be sure to share your match day smiles by taking a photo in your Hartford athletic gear with the hashtag #MatchDaySmiles and tag @DeltaDental to be entered into a contest to win VIP experiences right here at Dillon Stadium. So we know what will likely be the message for Hartford at the half, and it very well could be tactical, but look at Red Bulls too. How do you keep the fire with a 2-0 lead like this for 45 more minutes?
You know what I would do? I would get everybody in that locker room and remind them that last game we lost 7-0. Again, remind them that first and foremost, let them know it's halfway. We don't drop anything. You know, you keep everything right there, and there's a good reason to, right? Pride, the embarrassment of last time you played this team. And that's all I would do, really, if I'm, you know, in that Red Bull changing room. And you don't have to be the coach that does that. It could be one of the senior, I say senior players. This is a young team. But, you know, guys are growing in this team. Someone like a Daniel Lederman, I would want him to get in there and, you know, let his voice be heard.
And John Wolniak calls guys like So and Lakava relative veterans. That's the word he used.
You know, they're missing Manny Egbo. Great feat there. They're missing Manny Egbo, and he's the leader for this side. So you would have wanted him in a game like this, but you know, they're getting it done so far.
Red Bulls 2 can make one last surge if they'd like. This is Jason Pondant, but he's just happy to take it to the corner and take this 2-0 lead to the half. That'll do it. A surprising result through 45 minutes. Red Bulls 2 with a 2-0 lead thanks to goals from Omar Sow and Matty Acosta. They take their lead into the halftime locker room, and we will take a break. When we come back, though, plenty from this one. Also a look around the rest of the USL. It's halftime at Dillon Stadium, and it's a 2-0 lead to the away side. We'll be back with more on the other side, halftime. Halftime here at Dillon Stadium, 2-0 to the visiting New York Red Bulls 2. That's our score in this one. We have to take a look at action from around the rest of the USL, and to do that, we give you to Devin Kerr with the dish.
It's pizza, it's fish and chips, it's 1 next to 2, it's Dorici, and honor my brothers in the European final. Italian equals 12. Week 12 of the dish coming at you. New York Red Bull 2 on the road at Charlotte Independence. Jeremy Raffanello. It doesn't matter if it's Penn State or Indy. He's in New York now, and he's scoring goals from Omar Sow. But that bad man again, Dane Kelly. That's carry the one. 93 goals, ladies and gentlemen, in the USL Championship history. What's after 93? Again, mathematics, carry the one. 94, can't head it down the middle. That's a mistake. That's 94. He is now 22 goals ahead of Father Time, also known as Jorge Herrera, who is retired in the race for most goals in USL Championship history. So you think you can dance? So you think you can play? Omar Sow does. Omar Sow gets him even in the 70th minute, back of the net. But Austin Brummett, the substitutes, and the Knights who say knee. Nicholas Nee, the little touch back here. Brummett in the back of the net. Red Bull 2 escape with 3 points. That's a quality victory on the road. Charlotte Independence brought down to earth. Speaking of being brought down to earth, Miami FC about to go into outer space with this kind of performance. It doesn't matter how many passes you put together, kids. It doesn't matter. Got to put the ball in the back of the net. Look at that salsa by Richie Ballard. Looks more like a flamenco if you ask me. But Adonai Reed just tucks this one home. 1-0 Miami FC. So they're at home. That makes sense. Mark Forrest Lasso, mark Aaron Guillen, don't mark Jordan Scarlett, you get yourself into trouble. Simple as that. 1-1, Tampa Bay Rowdies, good response. Callum Chapman-Page, the little tuck-in, just a few short games ago. No doubt about it this time. What a ball whipped into the back post. Chapman-Page with the game winner. Best win in Miami FC history. I'm going to say it. The Miami FC finally get themselves a result. Let's go to the final highlight of the weekend. And by that, I mean a Wednesday night game. Austin Bold, Sarkodie off Pino. Good finish. Some kind of form to pluck this thing out of midair and just put your laces on it. Take notes. Long-handed. None of that clip notes stuff. All right, RGV. With this point, they're still level on terms. With this goal, they're still level in the game. The problem is, for the first time, El Paso Locomotive atop the crazy mountain division that is. Take a breath. See you out there. Stay safe.
Fans, don't miss the upcoming home matches right here at Dillon Stadium, July 20th and July 24th at 7 p.m. Go to hartfordathletic.com for tickets and more information. You know you want to. Hey, when we come back, we've got plenty more for you on this halftime report. News and notes and scores from around the rest of the USL. That's coming your way. Don't miss it.
Hey everyone, this is Oscar Jimenez from Louisville City FC.
Hi, my name is Carl Howarth. I currently play for the Indy 11.
What's up everybody? It's Connor Sparrow with the Miami FC.
Josué Soto checking in here. Austin Bold FC.
Hello guys, this is Luis Herrera from El Paso Locomotive. Just wanted to share with you guys my favorite soccer moment, and that will be the day I made my professional debut for El Paso, which is my hometown.
Anderson swings it in. Barry making the run, gets a deflection. He puts it in. Colorado Springs has its lead. And the save from Cardoni, it's there, and Cardoni with a huge save. Beautiful ball through, and that's in.
Brilliant.
Hartford Athletic would like to thank the law offices of Crescenzo DeLuca, serving Wethersfield, Greater Hartford, and Connecticut with 41 years of experience in immigration and general practice law. So it's 2-0, and let's take a look at our news and notes from around the USL. The USL Championship and League One have a host of players in the Gold Cup that's already getting underway. Dylan Mayers is your Clear Audio Player of the Week, a couple of goals. And the USL Championship back on ESPN shortly. Tulsa with a big win at home against Lou City. Remember, that was a reverse result last time. It was 3-2 Louisville. But Tulsa come out and score 3 in the first half and get the win. Hey, Lloyd Sam, if I told you that Charlotte scored 2 minutes in, who would you think scored?
Charlotte scored 2 minutes in.
Yeah, who scored?
I would have said Dane Kelly. I would have said Dane Kelly. No, Irvin Para.
He didn't start. It is Irvin Para.
Okay.
He's on his game today. Here's the upcoming schedule later on tomorrow and throughout the week. Looking at that New Mexico-Charleston matchup. That's spicy. And Oakland get Phoenix. All right, more when we come back. Highlights on the other side.
Hey, want a beer?
Young man, say aye to the blandest lager in all the kingdom.
It's the beer that everyone else is drinking.
Heavy and full-bodied, just like me.
How about a Beam and Ginger Highball instead?
Yeah, definitely. Much better.
We don't just protect things. We help protect the life you've built around them. Travelers, it's better under the umbrella.
Ready to go for the start of the second half here at Dillon Stadium. Hartford in their home blue and green. Red Bulls 2 in the gray tonight. He is former Red Bull player Lloyd Sam. I'm Spencer Siegel. And we are excited to bring a second half to you, Lloyd, that should feature some fireworks if Hartford can get back on their horse.
Should do. As we said, what would the halftime talk be? I see them running around looking to make something happen already. Oh, they got a corner out of that. So you never know what it was at halftime, but you know it would have been designed to get a lift out of their players, get their attacking play going, because it wasn't really there. Like the way Barrera's running to get that ball. Because you need that urgency to get back into this game.
Danny Barrera with 5 assists this season, 37 in his USL career. That's 3rd all-time. Barrera hurls it in. Tried to meet the head of Dodson, who was the pre-halftime substitute. Derek Dodson just signed on loan from Orlando. Get you the goals later on, but we'll just tell you the summary. It was Omar Sow in the 4th minute as Red Bulls 2 struck early, and then they kept coming. Really could have had a few extra as Tabor Taka nearly wins this one back. Matty Acosta with the second goal off of a well-worked set piece.
So when the second half happens, I normally like to see the first 5-10 minutes and just see if there's any extra oomph from either team, you know, coming out of the break. And obviously, you would imagine Hartford want to come out with that same oomph I'm talking about to make something happen. Red Bulls too is a tricky one. As I said, you want to see them, you know, come out and surprise Hartford with even more though. So it's a bit of a game of cat and mouse now this second half to see who can impose their will.
We didn't see any halftime substitutions. Give you the first half statistics though as they stood. Possession was 50-50. I mean, I'm talking exactly right down the middle. Down goes So, no infringement, says the referee. Play on, Rogers, Budati. Arthur Rogers, the Englishman. Out wide it goes, Thomas Jinjigian in a new spot. Here's Dodson, cuts it back in looking for Elney, and it's out for a corner kick. Corners in that first half were few and far between, just 3 total. But as we had mentioned right before halftime, 13 shots for New York, 9 of them were on target, 4 shots for Hartford, and not a single one hit the target. Rogers is a London man who I'm sure has a rooting interest in tomorrow's big game.
For sure. For sure.
Who would you be rooting for? Here's Rogers. Lofts it towards the back post. Bounces around. It takes 2 deflections. And it's cleared by Red Bulls too. Harry Watling also, of course, coming from that area. You guys know that area well. And we asked Harry, which has been really the question of the week, was it a foul on Sterling? And he said no. He didn't believe so. But it's one of the more polarizing calls we've seen in quite some time.
I think the answer is probably not, but we'll take it. You know, you have to be aggressive in that position. Let's wait and see. Yeah, we have to be aggressive in that position, and he was. So, you know, you have to force your own luck.
That was what Watling said. He said, look, this team hasn't been to a major final since 1966. There have been plenty of calls in that time that have gone against England. They got one, they took advantage of it, they scored, and they find themselves in the final.
Yeah, everyone's been talking about the Maradona hand of God since then.
Of course, right now for Watling's side, this is the task at hand. Trying to overcome a 2-goal deficit. First 5 minutes, Lloyd. Hartford looked like the stronger side.
Yeah, they've had a couple corners which they've been dangerous from. Haven't created much from open play in this game. Bit of frustration there. That might be Tabor Ataka.
A reminder, fans, that you can tune in to ESPN2 on Saturday, July 17th as the USL on ESPN continues with a Mountain Division clash. That's right, Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC and the new Widener Field step into the national spotlight, welcoming San Antonio FC for a 2 p.m. Eastern matinee. And this is second Saturday, July 17th, 2 p.m. Eastern, ESPN2. Buddy Josh Eastern. More direct approach. Looking for Barrera. Does get to it. Elney flicks it forward for Tabordataka. Dodson in the middle. Preston to Bordataka with sweet feet, finding Barrera for Connor McGlynn. And there's Marcucci, who's called into action for the first time tonight. First shot on goal for Hartford.
A bit more encouraging from Hartford. First shot on goal, as you're saying. However it comes, I guess you want to register it. What's going to be important is keeping the back door closed as you're going forward, trying to get chances now.
Jinjigian. Dodson is fouled.
Yeah, what's going to be important for Hartford, keeping that back door closed. That's tough to do. You want to push, get a goal. But you know the Red Bulls are not just going to disappear. There's attacking players that want to make something happen. Oh, here's the McGlynn strike. Comfortable for Marcucci.
Always tough to judge the skimming hops the ball can take off of a turf like this. It's Barrera's service. It's a good one, and it's just wide of the left post, flicked on by Jinjigian. And he would like to have that one
Such
back.
a tricky place he put this ball, Barrera. Look, the keeper has to go back. He doesn't know what to do. There's bodies coming. Yeah, he'll like to have that one back. It looked quite a scary play if you're Red Bulls too, and they get away with it.
Hartford is proud to team with local health plan Connecticut to support food security in Connecticut. Connecticut is celebrating 40 years of caring for the health of our communities. Caldwell hurried. The message has been very consistent and clear from Harry Watling this season. He told us after they had beaten Miami earlier this year, it was a big win for them. He said, look, now that's done. And sometimes you have to forget a win the way that you flush a bad loss, just the same. And it was a similar message that he delivered to his boys prior to this one because of that big win when these two teams last met.
Yep, I mean, he couldn't have said it any better than that. You kind of want to flush it, get the next game on, new game plan, renewed mentality.
Bodies flying everywhere. Barrera has to be careful. He's already on a yellow.
This could be interesting. Daniel Edelman done well there, putting his body in a dangerous spot there to take a kick. Could have been a yellow.
Maybe if you take the sum total of that foul and Barrera's first foul, you can get to one yellow card. And I think that's...
Always getting the talking to. Oh, you know what that means. No more of that from Barrera.
Be walking on eggshells the rest of the way.
And he's someone they need. You need to leave him on the field. Oh, in the last game, the way he played in the 7-0 game, instrumental to everything they did. I think he had about 2 or 3 assists, but should have probably been 4. I think he forced an own goal, whipped in some corners, scored one as well. He did everything on that day.
So flicks it back. Great 1-2 play. The back door is open and it's missed. Oh, how close was that? And now Hartford try to come the other way.
What an opportunity that was. Wow. So much time. So much time he had. Look at this great bit of play, one-touch football. So great stuff. Harper gets in. Harper, you got to get a shot off there. That can't happen. This is a big game. You want to win this game, you have to get a shot off there.
What a chance for Cameron Harper, who assisted the second goal for Red Bulls, to really put this game on ice.
I feel like he might have been surprised with how much time and space he had in on goal. Wow. You know, you put that in 3-0 up in the second half. Gonna be hard to catch.
Lynn goes in hard. Kyle Johnston is having a think. The Red Bulls 2 players are incensed that a yellow card hasn't come out. And now, with just over half an hour to go, the sight of a Red Bulls 2 player on the ground, this time Kyle Zayats, it's likely to be one we'll see more than once. And indeed, McGlynn does get booked after a long think.
That was a long think, but I think could be the right decision. Especially some of the yellows he's given in the game. I think that falls in line.
McGlynn is a New York native. Comes from Middle Village, who made his pro debut last year against Red Bulls 2. Tulu heads it away. Secondary clearance by McGlynn. This time Dodson.
Oh!
Well, hold on now.
That's not what you want to do if you're Danny Barrera right now.
Hartford tried to go quick, and then they end up turning it over.
The game is getting very chippy. A lot of fouls. Fiery game at the moment.
So Tulu is the one to get the card, but what he's arguing is that prior to that, his jersey was grabbed. And you said it, Lloyd, both of these teams now feeling a little bit of that boiling over tension that we thought might come from their previous meeting.
Yeah, you can see it. Look, you don't want to see that right now for either team.
Looked like So may have just delivered a headbutt, and I don't think the referee has eyes on him.
It was a bit of an exchange of headbutts, it looked like. But Omar Sow, you're having a great game. You want to let them get frustrated and angry, and you want to kill them with, is it kindness? But you want to kill them with, you know, some play on the field. Go get another goal. You don't want to do this.
Well, he didn't connect on the headbutt.
Got to be smarter than that. Both of those two players.
Surely the tensions will continue to rise as we eke towards 90 minutes. But New York could really put the nail in the coffin with something from a set piece. Sent in towards the back post, and it's comfortable for Caldwell.
Hey, you can't do that.
Yellow card starting to pile up. Can't hold up play like that. Amir Tombol was the guilty party that time. So Tombol picks up his 7th yellow card of the season, which is the most in the USL. Remember, 8 yellow cards, and you're suspended a game. An accumulation of cautions. Hartford throw, and it is. Substitutions forthcoming. We'll see Christian Gomez. Danny Barrera's night will be cut short. puts in about an hour-long shift, but Hartford just have not been able to manifest their chances in the same way. We'll also see Niarma Ashiti. Here's Elney. Had to Bordataka. Now ran out of options. Back for Rogers. Here's Barrera. Hasn't come out of the game yet. His through ball will trickle all the way back out for a goal kick. So McGlynn and Barrera, both of whom were on yellows, will depart.
And that's a smart move. Barrera's looking like he was getting a bit hot and heated in the game, and he's already been warned, and I've seen him push a guy over after that, so that's probably a smart substitution. McGlynn also on the yellow. When the game's getting chippy like this, you can't help yourself.
Gomez, the Venezuelan, 22 years old. Made his pro debut at age 18 back in 2017. And Niarma Ashiti, who's been a bright spot, normally plays at that right back position. Now Red Bulls 2 could be in. It's Harper who sits down Jinjigian and ricochets it off of the chest of Caldwell.
That was an interesting passage of play there. You know, the defender recovered, then I think he slipped over again by the time they're in the box. You want to flash this across that box if you're shooting. Good save, though. Great save by Caldwell. In fact, we've been getting good reports from Caldwell in the last few games. He's made some big saves. That was a great, strong hand.
Pendulum starting to swing back towards Red Bulls 2's side here in this second half. Edelman's corner, met by a Red Bull head. Visit HartfordAthletic.com to see our pub partners and make sure to pay them a visit and support our local restaurants and bars. This year our pub partners include City Steam Brewery in Hartford and TK's in Danbury.
Spence, what a division this is, though. This is going to be so interesting towards the end of the season. So many good teams, and Red Bulls 2 really coming into their own of late, regardless of the score of this game. It's going to be so interesting end of the year.
Rogers can't catch up to it, so we'll try to lead Harper, who's been very controlled in this one. Hey, you certainly said it. 5 teams from this division made the playoffs a year ago. We've got Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh in there, who are the perennial playoff contenders. Miami having a very good season in their second year in the championship. Charlotte starting to surge. They now have a new stadium to call home. Charleston have always been at the top of their respective division. They're struggling to find their way a little bit, but that's because, like Hartford, they haven't even played a double-digit number of games yet.
Yeah.
Hartford's 8 games are the second fewest among the 31 teams in the USL. And Dodson could be a part of many more. Tries to slip into Bordataka. Dodson goes down. He wants a foul.
Dodson's he's gonna have to do more of that. I believe that's why he was brought on early. First time I've seen him take on some players. You're gonna have to do something like that to get your team back in the game.
Entering play tonight, remember the top 4 teams in the division out of the 8 make the playoffs. There were 5 teams separated by 5 points. That includes both of these 2 teams.
Be a big 3 points for Red Bulls too. But I see about 7 teams that will expect to be advancing, and there's only 4 spots, so it's gonna get very, very interesting.
Westfield Bank is a proud sponsor of Hartford Athletic, and we'd like to thank them for their support and all they do to make our communities better. If you need more convenience from your bank, at Westfield Bank, you can bank your way. Learn more at westfieldbank.com. Harper. Zayach. Back for Harper, good ball.
Good running, good ball as well.
Cameron Harper steps over, and his cross ultimately let him down. Trickles out of play, that's a goal kick.
Want to see him get a ball in for his strikers there. You know, you want to see him get in that center of goals area. I know that's what he tried.
Haven't seen as much of Preston Tabortataka in this second half. We said it at the beginning, right? 4 goals this season, they've all come as a substitute. This is the second game this season he's started. Has not really been able to factor as a starter thus far. Do you think that's in part because when he comes on as, for lack of a better term, we'll call it a super sub, he just outpaces everybody because he comes into the game fresh?
I mean, it would be great to be able to bring him on now, but you know, with who's missing, there's a couple missing. He's next man up, so he has to start. And I don't think it's a Tabortataka problem. The whole team hasn't really got going. You know, they haven't been able to get their attacking players in those positions. So I think there's more factors than just him.
Certainly not for lack of goals for Tabortataka. Chased down by Boudadi on the far side and out for a corner. Harry Watling told us that at the beginning of the season, the missus, that's Harry Watling's words, his wife bought him this Louis Vuitton bag that Preston is very fond of. And Harry said, if you score 20 goals in the USL this year, I'll give you the bag. He's got 4. He's got a ways to go.
He's got a ways
high
to go.
benchmark.
Yeah, 20's a lot of goals.
Rogers, after the corner was taken short, ball still not cleared. Chested down, that was Elney, who keeps it alive. Sent back in and deflected out yet again for a Hartford corner as the pressure mounts.
Oh, that could have gone anywhere, that little flicked header. There was two waiting at the back post. Thankfully for Red Bulls too, it went over the goal.
Sea of Red Bulls players. Arthur Rogers swings it in. Two heads try to meet it. Lara Cat, here's Tabortataka. Preston Tabortataka deflected out for another Hartford corner.
Well, here's a sustained bit of pressure now from Hartford. This is what they really want to get into at this point in the game. Tabortataka, the man you just brought up. Good little hesitation. Important block there.
Rogers scampers to the other side. Again taken short. Boudadi gives it away. Rogers from a further angle, Tulu. See a Red Bulls substitution now. Serge Ngoma, who turned 16 years old yesterday, will replace Omar Sow, the game's first goal scorer. Omar wants the medical trainer to come out and check him, and the referee is saying if you just go over there, they can do it on the sideline.
Edelman's trying to get him back down to get treatment on the field. You've got to remember, they played a game Wednesday as well, so a few of the players, like Omar Sow, he played a lot of that game, you know, probably feeling that in their legs.
And Ngoma played as well. He debuted last year in September at 15 years old. You talked about next man up just a moment ago for Tabor Taka. Ngoma is the next man up for Red Bulls too, after Rold Mitchell left to go work on his Division I soccer prowess at Wake Forest.
Yeah, it's interesting that they seem to, you don't know who's going to play week to week with this side. And now Rold Mitchell's gone off to college. When I heard that, I was like, wow, you can really lose a big piece like that. He's a player with a lot of promise that I enjoy watching. So
John Wolniak said, we made Serge stand up in the locker room and we made him give a speech. And he said, it's been nice playing with you guys, as if he was leaving. That's what happens when you require a speech from a 16-year-old off the cuff.
I remember my first speech, something like that.
Where was that?
That was Charlton Athletic, long time ago now, 17 years old. First time with the first team. Definitely said some things that I got laughed at for.
Why did they make you give a speech?
I think it's a part of the initiation. It's either a speech or a song. So you get there and, they want you to be a bit embarrassed and have a little laugh, and then I think that's the thought behind it. I mean, that is the thought behind it. So every new club you go to, often you have to get up and sing a song. Even when I went to Ghana international duty, when you get your first call up, you have to do a dance.
All right, put a pin in that for a second. we'll get back to that. Let's show the 2 goals. 4 minutes in, Omar Sow, excellent run off the back line, and off of the first save, he scores Red Bull's opening goal.
Yeah, good ball by Austin Brummett as well. He's playing a little bit behind Omar Sow. And Omar Sow looked up for this game from the beginning of it. Deserved that goal.
They came out quickly because this was about 13 minutes later. Matty Acosta off the feed from Cameron Harper. Took a deflection, 2-0, and that's where we stand.
Yeah, 2-0. That's one they look like they worked on. Takes a deflection, goes in. Anything can happen when you shoot through bodies. Austin Brummett looks like he's struggling as well. He came on in midweek and scored the important winner actually in that game.
First pro goal for Brummett on Wednesday against Charlotte. Game-winning goal is not so bad. Game-winning goal on the road, even better.
They on the road again. The possibility for a clean sheet for this Red Bulls 2 team.
See a few more New York substitutions now. Jake LaCava will come into the game. He'll replace Raffanello. And we will see Nicholas Nee. Not about to replicate Devin Kerr's The Dish of the Knights who say Nee, but...
So these 2 players coming on, Nico Nee, in the last game came on and did really well. Jake LaCava started the game and did really well. So 2 players that have done really well in the last game. And they're coming on late in the game, so they're going to bring some energy going forward, I would imagine.
Still just 3 subs utilized by Harry Watling thus far. Got 2 more to play with. Our partner Dayhill Dome is holding a fundraiser to support St. Baldrick's Foundation to fight pediatric cancer. To learn more and support, go to hartfordathletic.com/foundation. When you're a young side like this, Lloyd, game management is something you don't really get a chance to work on all that often. And I'd say so far, they've done the trick. And then some. Here they come. Trying to get that elusive 3rd goal. It's LaCava who just checked in.
Talked about game management. They don't get to work on it. They've had some tough lessons this season, so that's where you get your main experience. know, you lose some tough games where you've actually played very well. And then that hardens you going down the season.
Portataka came to the left side. Hartford Athletic would like to thank Fresh Bev, the official cocktail mixer of Hartford. Also like to take the chance to thank our founding partner, Stanley Black & Decker. Stay tuned each week for the Stanley Innovative Play of the Game. Still waiting for that play today. Really can't pluck out too many chances for Hartford in this one.
Yeah, I think they'll be a bit disappointed with the way this game has gone.
Akava has it. He pushes it along for Harper, who's been very busy. That jersey is soaked. Acosta gave it away. Arma Ashiti for Portataka, who keeps it in. Tries to pick out Elney. Final ball hasn't been there tonight. Again, Harper runs right at Jinjigian. Working his way into the box. Slipped back for Harper. Harper's cross. And Rogers' clearance. Corner kick.
What a great ball that was. Looking in behind for Harper there. You know, the little disguise with the eyes and then played him. Love that ball.
All right, these are the last ditch subs. Rogers out. UCL Cedeno, the Ecuadorian who played in the Red Bulls Academy and had a couple of appearances back in 2019 for this Red Bulls 2 side. Bank of America corner kick, first things first for Hartford. They have to defend the corner. Cedeno's first touch. Elney goes to work. Dodson. Again, Cedeno. They've just found it so difficult to move vertically tonight.
Look how quick Red Bulls 2 got back. You know, back behind the ball. Harassing that ball down.
Jinjigian gets around a defender. His cross, nobody there to meet it.
You want to see some players in the box trying to get in there to get a goal for their team. No one in there.
Dottie tried to draw some contact. Tulu. Forward with purpose. Jinjigian again. Dodson got his head to it. He wants a penalty and he won't get it.
The two players were in that box jostling a little bit. It looked like Dodson had position. He did well. He kind of leaned on the defender a little bit. Let's have another look at it.
Is his jersey pulled?
It's a chance.
Maybe, but got to do better.
That's a chance there.
Hartford Athletic would like to extend a special thanks to our partner, Cone Resnick. A high boot from Gomez. Strangely enough, he won't be carded for it, so it was deemed to be a foul, but nothing more. That's a dangerous tackle right there.
The ref has had enough of giving yellow cards for now, it looks like.
Guessed everything else correctly tonight. Care to take a guess at how many we've seen?
7.
Go home.
Am I right?
Of course you are.
I'm on fire today, aren't I, Spence?
He doesn't even have a computer in front of him or anything. It's just...
That was a lucky guess. I mean, it feels like 7, but no computer in front of me.
Got any lottery picks for me?
I might try that. I might try that tonight. Oh, 8 now.
He said 7, and he is he's going to be wrong. Although that will be the second yellow for Tomball. So the door has been left ajar. Amir Tomball, who is still on the field and actually is going to try to run the long way around, has been sent off. So this changes the complexion now of the final 10 minutes.
Let's have a look here. I want to see what actually happened here. Tomball, you know you're needed in this game. You know you're on a yellow card. You know you. Go ahead, Spence.
So Red Bulls 2 down to 10. Now that's Amir Tomball's 8th yellow card of the season also. So he'll miss at least the next game for Red Bulls 2 and possibly a second game because of the accumulation suspension.
Oh, that's true. You know, when I said, you talked about game management, how do you learn from that? Amir Tomball, he's going to learn from... Oh,
that's a tug there. Too from Arma Ashiti.
The linesman was flagging. That's got to be a foul there. Amir Tomball is going to learn from that, especially if, Hartford get a goal, possibly 2, playing with a man up. But that's how you learn. Like, these things happen. You feel like you've let down your team if something happens. Oh, good run here. Wow, what great play.
Straight through the defense. And the final touch.
Sergeant Goma, you've been clipped. You don't need to stay up if you've been clipped.
Hey, that was a real opportunity to score for Ngoma. Again, it's Harper. And he's just running out of steam. Hartford Athletic is proud to team up with Stop and Shop in all of our community efforts as we work year-round in the fight against food insecurity. Now Harper has gone down and stayed there, and this is all just a part of New York's efforts to keep this game at a snail's pace. So Harper, who ran further than just about anybody else, will...
This great bit of play here. Wow, what a setup. You get clipped and you stumble. Why are you not sprinting after that ball, Ngoma? I'm not sure why, but since the moment that you're down to 10 men, he's not sprinting after the ball. You could go down if you've been clipped. And I'm not saying to dive, I'm saying if you've been touched, win your team a penalty, you've earned it. He's only 16 years old. Again, if the management sit down and have a look at that, there's maybe some coaching lessons there.
To Bordataka, flicked through, Hartford have won, it's Dotson. Don't go anywhere.
Wow, what a swing that is. On the other end, then Ngoma's got a glorious opportunity to get a shot off. Tries to go around the keeper, comes down to the other side. Derek Dodson, well done. You've been brought on first half, and this to Bordataka, well done as well. What a great ball into a great area. They're playing against 10 men now. What did I tell you about Amir Tomball? I said you learn through experiences in the game. You stay with 11 men, you win the game, likely get a clean sheet. You now give the other team a lift. They've got one back. Let's see how this ends up.
Second yellow card of Amir Tomball in the 83rd minute. 4 minutes later, Hartford get their first. We are in for a finish tonight.
Spence, you literally have to go into every tackle thinking, I have a yellow card. I don't want to let down my team. So I'm going to be a bit safer than normal to secure the win.
And this is a chance to set something up. I would also imagine, Lloyd, that we'll see a fair amount of extra time based on the amount of times we've seen a Red Bulls player down tonight.
That's fair. The red card, you know, the yellow cards. There's been little things that's happened in the game.
The Venezuelan Gomez. The Dillon Stadium faithful trying to will their team back. Gomez in, headed on, and into the thankful chest of Marcucci. Turning the screw.
Good to see Tabor Ataka, you know, get down that left wing and create something for his team. And Derek Dodson convert it. You know, there's not been much attacking play for Hartford. Got a couple minutes plus stoppage time, still time to make something happen.
Just their second shot on target tonight. McGlynn had the first. Both coming in the second half. Tulu wants a reset. He gets it. Jinjigian has been dangerous from this spot. This time there are players in the box and a foul to send things the other way.
Good spot from the ref there. Jinjigian, how good have his balls been from this left side? He's done well. He's got down this line. That was another lovely ball into a good area.
They've done this before. Last season against Loudoun, down 2-0 with 10 minutes to play. That night they were brought back by the heroics, really, of one man, Marcus Naglestad. Here come Red Bulls. Shunned off by Arma Ashiti, and now Gomez forward. Elney can't get to it. Our stoppage time brought to you by Brignol Vineyards. It's 4 minutes for Hartford to try and grab an equalizer, salvage a point, and maybe more importantly, keep Red Bulls 2 from collecting all 3.
Crowd's in it now as well.
Haven't had much to cheer about tonight, but the late goal by Dodson, his first in a Hartford uniform in his debut, have given Hartford life. Elney again. Cedeno. Can't flag it down, but he does get the throw. Harry Watling on pins and needles.
That's Harry Watling there with John Stead. John Stead is a guy with immense experience as well. Played about 700 games. There's some experience there.
Jinjigian tees it up. What a strike! And what a goal! Thomas Jinjigian has equalized in stoppage time.
Just listen to that crowd. just talking about Jinjigi and how well he's done on the left side. Look at this hit. There's hardly any movement on the ball. He hits this so well. You know, he's given a lot of space, but he's far from goal. You would maybe welcome the shot from that distance. What a goal that is.
It's the first goal for Thomas Jinjigian since he scored for Reno in August of 2019. That was his only USL goal in 5 years in his career. This, his second.
What did I say at 2-0 when Tom Ball got sent off? I said you learn from moments like this. He'll be inside seeing the scores 2-0, and the next time he has a yellow card late in the game, he'll remember this. This will come immediately back to him. You can't let teams get an edge. They'll run with it.
We might not be done yet. There's still time for Hartford to get a winner. Red Bulls 2 just looked shell-shocked. And Goma holds up play. Got to see this out if you're Hartford, though. You can't give up the easy one. Trouble at the back. LaCava will have a try. Now Jeff Caldwell, who should really be hustling to go get the ball and put it back into play, is taking his time.
Yeah, I mean, they're the team with the momentum, so they'll probably want more minutes than 4 at this moment. And we want to get one last chance to put it in the box.
The hero Jinjigian. Dodson for Tabor Taka, whose touch let him down. Otherwise, he was in, and that might do it.
What a comeback by Hartford. Devastating for Red Bulls 2. But what a comeback.
Well, coming off of the game against Tampa Bay, Harry Watling said he was performance happy, but he wasn't results happy. Tonight, he's results happy as Hartford steal a point at home, down 2-0 with 10 minutes to play.
Red Bull gonna feel really hard done by not to win that game, you know, but going down to 10 men, it gives an edge to the other team. Fair play to Hartford, they stayed in it. You know, there were some big chances. 2-2.
We will show you how this one played out. Full-time 2-2. Highlights on the other side from Dillon Stadium. Reminder, fans, don't miss Hartford's upcoming home matches right here at Dillon Stadium, July 20th and 24th at 7 p.m. If they're anything like this one, you'll want to get here. Go to hartfordathletic.com for tickets and more information. He's Lloyd Sam. I'm Spencer Siegel. We've got 4 goals to show you, Lloyd. What a game this was.
What a game it was early on. Omar Soul running in behind Great ball from Austin Brummett, and he reacts first. We talked about he was up for this game. Early on, it was a very different game to how it ended. Good save in the first place, but great recovery.
So gets the first one. Red Bulls coming out strong, motivated, 17th minute. It's Matty Acosta.
Not much Hartford could do about this one. This one's just hit into the bodies, takes a deflection. You make your own luck in this game.
But Hartford have been the comeback kids. After a red card in the 81st minute to Amir Tombul, it was his second yellow. Preston Tabor-Ataka sneaks in Dodson, and it's 2-1.
Good work from Tabor-Ataka on that left side. Dodson, great area to get into. That's where you get your goals.
Surely they couldn't equalize, right? Not if Thomas Jinjigian had anything to say about it.
Wow, I want to see that over and over and over. That's a great strike. Wow, it's got a bit of knuckle on there as well.
Second career USL goal. And it finishes 2-2 at Dillon Stadium thanks to Jinjigian's heroics. The stats really point to this game being Red Bulls to win, and it turned out it was Hartford's to come back and steal a point, and again, more importantly, take 2 points away from New York.
The biggest thing on that stat sheet is that red card. That red card changed the game. Red Bulls were very comfortable towards the end. Most of the game they were comfortable until that red card happened, and then, you know, Hartford got a little lift and went and got 2 goals.
Hartford did not have a shot on target in the first half. They come up with 2 goals to get themselves the 2-2 draw. Well, he's Lloyd Sam. I'm Spencer Siegel. For our entire crew working so hard today, Dustin Curl, our producer, director Juan Valenzuela, replay Andy Martinez. We thank you for joining us tonight. Until next time, good night from Dillon Stadium. 2-2 your final.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.